Hi, welcome to Transmission Hour, Boston's best music. I'm your host, Tim Casey. Tonight we'll be hearing some country Americana from Lenny Solomon and his band. We'll be talking to Lenny later on in the show, but for now, let's hear some great music from the Lenny Solomon Band.
There's sounds all around us, like the trickling of water, like the wind through the windows that rattle the sheet. And the curtains blow open from the storm that's been drifting from North Carolina down the coast of Maine. And the cat's at the back door, crying and scratching, looking for action in the heart of the day. And the crows are screeching, they're forever searching for coons on the highway, a place to pray. And the people are talking, they're talking about problems, small fleeting moments, they get us engaged. Like the boss that won't tell him about nothing important. It doesn't matter, the pattern's so strange. And the listener just listens to all of the heartache, to the sounds of the city, the dramas of life. And the listener rocks slowly on the porch, it's been creaking, always I think it stays sharp as a knife. Oh doctor, my lady don't love me. She won't lift a finger when push comes to shove. It's not what is due, it's not what I wanted. I truly need guidance and help from above. I can't see beyond me, my world is a-swirling. I need help to manage to level my road. I can see you're a kind man, I see you're a wise man. Give me some wisdom, help ease my load. And the listener just listens to all of the heartache, to the sounds of the city, the dramas of life. And the listener rocks slowly on the porch, it's been creaking, always a thinking, face sharp as a knife. Oh, my back has grown weary, my world it is wanting. This trial of my lifetime owes me a few. I really could use a spark of good fortune, but since I don't have one, you'll have to do. I'm getting older, my fingers they fail me. Go fetch my pillow to comfort my birth. Go sugar my coffee, go drop off my letter. Your life is mine now for what it is worth. And the listener just listens to all of the heartache, to the sounds of the city, the dramas of life. And the listener rocks slowly on the porch, it's been creaking, always a thinking, stay sharp as a knife. And the listener rocks slowly on the porch, it's been creaking, always a thinking, stay sharp as a knife. About what's wrong or right. Give me 5 more minutes, 5 minutes more. Give me 5 more minutes before you close your door. In 5 more minutes, I won't take you for a fool. In 5 more minutes, live by every rule. If every grain of sand is the measure of a man, must just be my dumb luck that you came to clean me up. 5 o'clock in the morning, can't feel the sky or the ground. Eyes are glazed in a drunken haze, head up except for the sound of the angels flapping over me. The devil's down in a hole, they're carrying on for the life of me. As the better cling to my soul. Give me 5 more minutes, 5 minutes more. Give me 5 more minutes before you close your door. In 5 more minutes, come let's make a deal. In 5 more minutes, you'll know that I'm free.
Well, welcome to Transmission Hour, Lenny.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here.
It was great having you. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Good old country music there a little bit. Bill did a great job on lead, and Don was on bass. Sorry. And that was a big bass. That's a really nice big bass.
Yeah, he's a big bass guy.
Yeah. How long have you guys been playing together?
Let's see. Bill, I've been playing with Bill about 11, 12 years. It's a whole funny story in itself how I met Bill. And Don, I've been playing with him for 6, 7 years. He came to hear us. Bill and I were at Passim's, and Don heard us, and
Great.
we started playing together.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in New York.
New York? Okay,
Yeah.
New York City.
Yep. For some reason, I could never figure out. I was born in Brooklyn, but I never lived in Brooklyn. I grew up in the Bronx, and then eventually my family moved to Queens, and then I came up here after college to go to graduate school.
Oh, great. Wow. Most people don't come here from New York. It's the other way around. So I'm glad you came, you know. And a song title that drove me nuts, and this must happen to you all the time, is "Give Me 5 More Minutes," because this must have happened to you. That was your opening song, and we were like setting things up. Are you guys ready? And then you'd say to one of the other guys, like, give me 5 more minutes. Like, that's the song you're going to do. And we'd all go, oh, jeez. We'd walk away and wait. And then, so are you ready? Yeah, give me 5 more minutes. I thought that would go on forever. Does that happen on the stage too, or?
Actually, that song is not about my band and my playing, although lots of things happen on stage. We joke around a lot. That song, I don't know how many people listen to this TV show that have had teenagers as kids. But one of mine always used to say, when I used to ask him to do something, he would say, 5 more minutes, Dad.
Minutes,
5 more minutes. It'll get done. Don't worry. Goodbye.
I used to say that all the time too. Oh gosh, I just remembered that. Yeah, that was probably the last thing my mother wanted to hear me say about anything, because she knew it just wasn't going to happen then. Oh, that's funny.
So that inspired that title and that song. That was sort of the feeling I was going for.
And do you really go fishing? You like to go fishing?
Well, I tell you, I love to go fishing. Fishing is one of the few things that I do that where I can get thoroughly relaxed. I like to go during the week into some trout stream somewhere, or sometimes in a lake, and just be there with no other people. And as I say in the song, I don't care if I catch a fish. I'm there and I'm at peace, and I'm out in the woods somewhere. And I really enjoy that.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be quiet.
And you're supposed to be quiet.
That's a good excuse.
And once in a while, I go with a fishing buddy, and he's an ideal fishing buddy because we get there, and then I go one way, he goes the other way. And then we meet for lunch, and then I go one way, and he goes the other way.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Wow.
Ideal fishing buddy.
That's great. Oh, gosh.
Come on, boys, give me a listen. Ain't no foolish tale I'm dishing. I want to talk with erudition about my favorite subject, fishing. To cast a line into the water fills my life with perfect order. Now you know my true life mission. It's to go fishing. I once had a girl so pretty, eyes as wide as New York City, body full, oh so curvy, made me feel like I was 30. Sometimes we disagree about where I was supposed to be. In the end, she set me free. So I went fishing. Just slap on some suntan lotion and go fishing by the ocean. Then you'll have a real good notion of what I call my true love potion. Bass or blues, depend what's biting. Sure to make your day exciting. Cast that lure with perfect motion. Wait for the commotion. I like fishing every kind. Nothing like it ease my mind to tie a hook to a piece of line. Makes my inner soul feel fine. I don't care how long it takes for fish to chance a fish I take is just like icing on the cake. I'll take fishing every time. Ease my mind. Some folks, they keep a coop of pigeons. Some folks favor faith, religion. Some sustain this lofty vision based on a history of old tradition. But I must admit these leave me cold in the end when my story's told. When it comes to play or fold, I choose fishing. I take fishing every time. Nothing like it to ease my mind, to tie a hook to a piece of line. Makes my inner soul feel fine. I don't care how long it takes for fish to deliver at my bait. If by chance a fish I take is just like icing on the cake, I take fishing every time. Ease my mind. Packing boxes in the hall. She don't even have a clue why she kept these things at all. To throw the line is won't do. Cardboard box of faded thoughts, silver spoon from a hotel where she danced the night away until the morning broke the spell. Photograph she finally found fell behind the bottom shelf where it lay for many years, an image of her former self. It's not cracked and torn, far from her life it used to be. Slips it back inside a book, and of the hidden memories. Those are the letters that she found, tied with a ribbon now all free. She just kept them all these years. Their mind is of a yesterdays, when her passion did run free, and a world churned on a world, and her love from long ago just a distant glow. She sees only in a dream, sometimes wondering where love's gone. Was it real as it did seem? She says it goes to show victim of a theft. Now those ribbons and old golds, all of love that she has left. Today's Kathy's day to leave her home and fly away, leave the friends that she has found. Familiar faces, laughs and frowns. She's high above the clouds, far from the life that she has known. Tries to keep her tears at bay. Kathy's a leaving town today. Tries to keep her tears at bay. Kathy's leaving town today. Day was hot, and his throat it was dry. He wiped his sweat as he wondered why. He was so tired for a man his age. His only friend was his horse named Rage. He and his rage were up at first light, scanning that field, begging to fight. They lived apart from the world all around. Just he and his rage were the only sound. He and his rage were the only sound. He talked to Rage about his pain. No other spell drove him near insane. About the love through his fingers fell, about the hate that filled his well. There were too many words that he felt obscene. His blood-scarred heart could not come clean. He could not forgive the frailty of the human touch that was not to be, the human touch that was not to be. He wrote his rage with all of his might that set the stage for his whole life. As his curtain fell and his light grew dim, no applause was heard for the fool that he'd been. No applause was heard for the fool he'd been. boys got old, too old to ride. They'd walk together side by side. They still didn't know what it had become. They were still looking out for road number one. When rage went first, they finally knew that his life was scarred with this old tattoo that read, only rage will I ever trust. Now they're buried together beneath the dust. They're buried together beneath the dust. He wrote his rage with all of his might that set the stage for his whole life. When his curtain fell and his light grew dim, no applause was heard for the fool he'd been. No applause was heard for the fool he'd been. He wrote his rage with all of his might that set the stage for his whole life. When his curtain fell and his light grew dim, no applause was heard for the fool he'd been. No applause was heard for the fool he'd been. For the fool he'd been. For the fool he'd been.
There's a song that's a good play on words that wasn't what I expected it to be. I thought you'd misspelled it. Road Rage.
Yeah.
And when you sent me the song list, I said, that's not how you spell road. It said, but it was R-O-D-E, meaning he rode a horse named Rage, that's a pretty good play on words. But where'd that story come from?
Well, it's it's an analogy.
Okay.
So ironics, I don't know how you call it. It's I think a lot of people in their lives are controlled by inner anger and inner rage, and this was a song about how it's kind of a waste of your life if you do that. And so I combined that with my early desire to be a cowboy.
Yeah. Good cowboy song.
So I figured if Ramblin' Jack Elliott can do it, I could do it.
Yeah, there you go. Who are your musical heroes?
Well, my probably fellow that's influenced me in the world the most is Bob Dylan. He's just in a class by himself. As far as more current songwriters, I really like a well-tailored lyric, and so songwriters that appeal to me tend to be from Texas. People like Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt and Steve Earle and Lyle Lovett, and Jerry Jeff Walker, although he's transplanted from upstate New York, I think. But I like good lyrics, and I like relatively simple melodies that people can hum. And from Bob Dylan and also people like Phil Oakes, music that has some sort of social content or context in it. I write a lot of those types of songs as well.
Yeah, I noticed your lyrics are really good at telling stories.
That's what I like to do. I feel a good songwriter like Guy Clark, I can write a song about anything.
Yeah.
And he does. And he's sort of a real hero for me, because it's challenging for me to think about any particular subject and try to write a song about it.
Yeah. What was your earliest musical memory? I like asking people that.
Well, my earliest musical memory is probably singing harmony with my mother and my sister. My mother used to love to sing, and my sister had a great voice too. And we used to sing 3-part harmonies to songs.
Oh my gosh.
And somebody, either my mother or somebody in my family had a ukulele. And I remember as a really pretty little kid playing the ukulele.
Really? So that was your first instrument?
Yeah.
Ukulele? Do you still play it at all?
Yeah. No, I don't have a ukulele. Well, actually, I do have a ukulele now, but I don't play it.
Yeah.
I didn't take up guitar actually till I was in college. In high school, I don't know, somewhere in the 6th grade, we had these musical ability evaluation tests, and so these standard tests in the city school system, and I was felt that I was musically inclined. So they asked me in the 6th grade if I wanted to be in the orchestra in junior high school and high school. I said that would be great. And they said, what instrument would you like to play? And I said, I would love to play the clarinet.
Wow.
And so I went to the 7th grade, and they put me in the violin class.
That's the school system for you.
So I played violin for 6 years.
Oh, so do you still play?
I haven't played violin in a long time, although about 2-3 years ago I borrowed a violin from a violinist I know, and she actually let me borrow it for about 6 months, and I was surprised to see that I could still get a sound through the violin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you're doing better than I am.
And one of these days I'm going to buy a violin.
Wow.
And take it up again.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. Wow. Who was the fashion plate?
Well, the Fashion Plate song was sort of a combination of people. I wrote that, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and there was a lot of stories at the time about Paris Hilton and about Lindsay Lohan.
Oh
And
gosh.
also
yeah.
a lot of these athletes that have kind of diamonds protruding from everything. And so I thought, on occasion, I like to try to write a humorous song, and that was it. And it also gives me it gives me a good story to tell when I'm playing with my band, and I say these guys are the Fashion Plates, and they point at me and say, I wear leopard boots, I got a gun that shoots, I'm a fashion plate. My pants are lizard skin, and I'm oh so thin, I'm a fashion plate. I stay up all night, I got my own website, I'm a fashion plate. And I roll my eyes at every passerby, I'm a fashion plate. I'm a fashion plate who's got diamond studs in his nose. I'm a fashion plate as everybody sees me know. I got friends that fawn every time I yawn. I'm a fashion plate. And my entourage lives in my garage. I'm a fashion plate. And I'm so glam, I don't give a damn. I'm a fashion plate. And my karma's cool because I wrote the rules. I'm a fashion plate. I'm a fashion plate who's got diamond studs in his nose. I'm a fashion plate as everybody sees me know. I got no need to sleep, I got no need to eat. I'm a fashion plate. And I walk the walk so I don't have to talk. I'm a fashion plate. And I won't grow old, I'll never fold. I'm a fashion plate. to die. To that I'll testify. I'm a fashion plate. I'm a fashion plate who's got diamond studs in his nose. I'm a fashion plate as everybody sees me knows. Yeah, yeah. I always sang for quarters, pennies, dimes as well. Singing on a corner outside the Ritz Hotel. I always had my freedom to do with what I pleased. As I'd awake each morning, the moment I would seize. Then one summer afternoon, just after I'd begun, you stopped and gave a listen to the songs I sung. You clapped your hands together, said the time was right to take me down to Nashville, heard my name in lights. I don't know for certain who you really are, but you seem so impressive, smoking that cigar that I signed on the dotted line, signed my rights away. You make me a big star, so you said that day. Well, I worked in my recording at your studio, but the sound that I had wanted, you said we'd have to go. You asked to change a line or two, there I really heard. But when the session ended, I didn't recognize a word. Oh, I don't know for certain who you really are, but you seem so impressive, smoking that cigar that I signed on the dotted line, signed my rights away. Yeah, you make me a big star, so you said that day. Record sold some copies, and I got some applause. But now I sing 6 nights a week as demanded in that clause. And my lawyer's getting richer, and my agent just as well. And I still play for quarters, and my freedom's gone to hell. Oh, I don't know for certain who you really are, but you seem so impressive, smoking that cigar that I signed on the dotted line, signed my rights away. Yeah, you make me a big star, so you said that day. You make me a big star, so you said that day.
Nashville Star, the song about getting ripped off. Was that a true story?
Well, I'm sure it's a true story. I never went that far with it. I've never been enamored of the music business. I only tried to be to do music full time during 1 year of my life when I was 30, and it wasn't the time for me to do it. I was already married and had 2 kids, but I had my wife's encouragement, and I did it. And music business is it's a business, and I'm not a businessman. I write songs, and that's what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So eventually, it was fine for me to carry on the life I ended up living and doing music at night.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I do know some professional musicians who are kind of miserable, and it's such a sad thing to think of, because all their lives they've wanted to be a full-time musician, and that's how they'd earn a living. And then when they started doing it, they didn't think it was all that much fun. I guess you have to have a lot of compromises.
You have to have a lot of compromises, and I didn't want to do that, especially in my songwriting. I wanted to write songs that I felt good about and that were meaningful to me, and I never had any particular desire to try to write pop hit songs or anything that makes people money, or except musicians, of course.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of nice to just be able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And, you don't have to answer anybody that way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play keyboard too? Do you start a little bit?
I played. After my ukulele days when I was a kid, I had a cousin. I still have a cousin who's a professional jazz pianist, and he also used to give lessons to people around in the family. And we also had this upright piano that got shipped around the family, my extended family of cousins, depending on who was at the proper age to learn how to play the piano.
Wow.
So it was our years to have the piano, and my sister took piano lessons from my cousin Teddy, and my mother was always very upset. I used to get some lessons from my sister, but my mother got very upset that I didn't take piano lessons. So she was very smart. She said, "Okay, if you don't want to take piano lessons, Len, it's okay, but you have to sign this." And she had this thing saying, "I will never be pissed off at my mother for not forcing me to take piano lessons." And I signed it, said, "Great." And I went outside to play ball. And sure enough, 5, 6 years later, when I got upset at my mother, she pulled this out. Ended the conversation.
You signed on the dotted line.
Well, the cat in the hat had a lover's look, complete with bedroom eyes. Shirt and pants pressed perfectly, it would not be denied. Words as sweet as honey, moves as smooth as silk. He could charm a baby out of its mother's milk. Well, a cat in the hat was getting down, feeling pretty tight. Talking up some lady he hoped to make that night. And he told her that he loved her, so they should spend more time to get to know each other and then intertwine. Well, the cat in the hat just didn't see Big Jake across the street. Seemed to take objection to the cool man's cheek. He walked up to the two of them, then stepped in between. Said, "Boy, this is my woman, now I'm gonna treat you mean." Now the cat in the hat held up his hand, said, "I meant no offense. Big Jig, he didn't give a damn, spared him no expense. He just knocked him silly, threw him through a wall into a back alley, just like a bouncing ball. Well, the cat in the hat just didn't move till he was assured Big Jake's jealous anger was at least a little cured. I got up and looked around him, then he walked away. Said, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Yes, that's what that cat did say. Well, the cat and I went on the run. Sure's nothing, stick around. He just left that city for another town, where he found another corner where he still remains. Said to the passing women, nothing venture, nothing gain. Saying to the passing women, nothing venture, nothing gain. Getting up was such a trial. Couldn't see, couldn't smile. His imagination in denial. He had no place to go. He had nothing left to show for all his living days. But that was before he finally saw. Could not believe his eyes. A surreal surprise on that misty day. In Sheepshead Bay he saw a moose in Brooklyn. He once thought that all was lost when emptiness became his boss, finding too late that the cost was too much for him to bear. And the edge of that despair just about whittled him away. But that was before he finally saw, could not believe his eyes. A surreal surprise on that misty day. In Sheepshead Bay he saw a moose in Brooklyn. He once thought the going rate for those like him who couldn't wait was to fall inside a leap of faith so he wouldn't have to think. And he'd sip that magic drink and then he prayed that he'd be saved, but that was before he finally saw, could not believe his eyes. A surreal surprise on that misty day in Sheepshead Bay. He saw a moose in Brooklyn. He once thought that all his time was nothing more than a lost rhyme, a poem that travels down the land to its final end. When he drops his pen, will it vanish in the haze? But that was before he finally saw, could not believe his eyes. A surreal surprise on that misty day in Sheepshead Bay. He saw a moose in Brooklyn.
How could people get in touch with you or find out more about the Lenny Solomon Band?
Well, they can go to my website. I have a bunch of things posted in various places, but my main website is www.solomonband, SOLOMONBAND.com, and they can go there.
Okay.
And that's probably the easiest way.
And they can contact you and
Yep.
get music.
Get
too.
music,
Get lots of
and
music from you.
see videos and
Yeah.
all
Cool.
sorts of stuff.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss that we didn't talk about?
No, well, one thing I should say is what a pleasure it is for me to play with Bill and Don. They give me a lot of energy. Both of them are really fine musicians, and I thank them for sticking it out with me for all these years.
Yeah, you guys look like you really enjoy each other's company too.
We do.
So, well, thank you for being on the show tonight. It was great having you.
Great.
And looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the Lenny Solomon Band as much as we have here at BNN. Keep your eyes open for the next transmission hour, where we'll bring you more of Boston's best music. Until then, I'm your host, Tim Casey. Thanks for tuning in, and keep watching the skies.
Well, we don't have any more time, right? No. We do Good Old Dog. I'd like to do Good Old. Yeah. Let's do this. Well, Good Old Dog is short. Time ain't like the river is longer.
Okay, so this is a song where everybody in the studio can help out. At the right time, start barking like dogs.